Hey everybody, it's Mark Holloway with Meridian Medical Staffing CEO and one of my senior recruiters, Steve Ollinger. We are obviously in California, doing some different videos, talking about some different things over the last few days. Today we want to talk about baiting and switching. It's a big topic, right? One that, nowadays everyone's on social media. And what I've noticed is it seems like you can almost say anything you want out there.
You can.
And I think that the smarter nurses, the ones that have been around the block, are kind of guarding themselves and arming themselves, saying, hey, some of the stuff is too good to be true. But we saw some posts recently where we have the same job as some companies, and it was blatant lying.
Yeah.
I think for lack of
we
a
all
better
have
word.
the same bill rate for
Right.
95% of the time.
Right. And the good news is some of these websites are really good at calling people out on that. Some of these veteran travelers are saying, hey, this is baloney, be careful. But we're seeing more and more where basically an agency can say just about anything they want to. And they can throw out some ridiculously high $3,000 a week job. And I think they're doing it just to get the phone call.
Yeah. It's not $3,000 in Northern California, it's $3,000 in Idaho.
Right.
Or something like that.
Or there'll be some answer. We've had a couple of our nurses kind of call and say they talked to somebody. When it came down to it, the deal wasn't anywhere near where it is. And I guess part of me questions, why would a company do that? I mean, why would somebody, a recruiter, throw out something, a ridiculous amount of money to get a nurse to call them and then have to go back and kind of say, oh, I know it was this, but it actually is not this. I mean, does that make sense to you as a recruiter?
No.
Yes, call me and then I'm going to have to kind of let you down. I mean, it must work. Otherwise people wouldn't do it. But I guess the point of this video is that I really want to tell people, really be careful. Responding to a job post, while it's helpful, I think a lot of nurses nowadays want to be in control. You guys have told us, I'm tired of getting phone call after phone call after phone call, private messaging. I want to be the one that's saying, I'm interested in what this person's saying, I'm interested in what this person's saying. You guys want to be the ones that are calling nurse, but be careful of basing that on a job post. And I'll tell you, I'll back up some companies out there. I don't necessarily think this is a company-wide philosophy. We've seen it where it's recruiter-specific, where some rogue recruiter is out there throwing things out there. Sometimes they're not there for very long, but they're out there just throwing anything in the book out there to get their phone to actually ring and actually call. And I think that's where a lot of it makes a mistake. And again, it's not necessarily a company's decision. It's some crazy recruiter out there.
Yeah.
But also we've seen this verbally too, haven't we? Where a nurse will tell you that they've talked to a company. Here's what the job is. Yeah, go ahead and get me in front. And then when the contract comes, what happens?
It's not there. Yeah. Oh, it's different actually. Yeah. I mean, they talk to the one I recently heard is that different nurse managers give different rates and stuff like that, which is just
that doesn't happen.
Completely fictitious.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Right. I've seen that. I've seen where again they're talking about an overtime rate that's completely different, and the whole kit and caboodle where it's you're saying one thing, but then something else is coming up to be another. What's up, Todd? How are you? Yeah, we're doing a quick interview right now. So all this stuff kind of happens where it's you just got to be really careful what you're seeing out there, especially on the internet. Don't necessarily trust an agency or recruiter and say, oh, I like this, I'm going to go after the money. Make sure you do some research. Talk to that recruiter and say, are you willing to put this in writing for me on this job before I submit you, or break it down for me. Tell me exactly how this comes to it and comes figure. Again, most companies can't do it. Most companies aren't willing to do that. But I think to just a quick video to remind you guys, be careful of baiting and switching. It's becoming pretty rampant out there. Look for companies that have a reputation of what they say is what they pay. Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
Something.
Yeah, it's a Southern California vibe thing. I guess I'm really owning it here in Southern California. But that's the whole point, is that anybody can say anything they want to out there. It's up to you to discern what companies are being forthright and what companies are backing up. And I'm telling you guys, if you see a company out there that's doing it repeatedly, call them out on it. Put their name out there. Say, I called this company, here's what they said it was going to be, and it turned out it wasn't anywhere near that. It'll help them stop doing that. I mean, if you're going to accept it all day long, it's going to keep happening all day long, right? So watch out for social media. Watch out for things that are out there as far as people just doing that bait and switch, throwing a line out there. Because at the end of the day, if they can't pay you what they're saying, it's just a question of getting in front of them. So arm yourself, research it, and engage in some conversation. Don't just throw all your stuff at that company. So
call a recruiter you trust.
Yeah, and if you don't know the recruiter, get to know them and form that relationship. So Hey, we appreciate it again, guys. We will be talking to you soon here in beautiful Southern California next time. Thanks again.